What's up, guys? I just wanted to I was thinking about my channel, and I think I should probably make like either a disclaimer or a explanation. Let me explain. I need to explain a little bit about myself before I get into it. So I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you like the process and the order of events that happened and how I reacted to them, kind of, and so it might sound like I'm bragging, but I need to say it just because it's valid to the story, and there's no other way of saying it other than sounding like I'm bragging. So maybe there is, but I'm just not humble enough, or whatever, who cares. So just bear with me here. I have a lot of experience dealing with people, and I've kind of gone through the process, and I'm conscious of this, which is probably one of the most fucked up things, but I've gone through the process of many times actually, of trying to find the balance between being myself and being socially or politically or whatever professionally correct in that moment. And everybody goes through it. I'm not saying I'm any different, and I'm sure many people are conscious of that process, and that's fine. Now, I'm not saying I'm any different. I'm just saying that's what I went through. So in going through that, I really start to kind of philosophically think, what is the best way? I'm kind of sick of going through this balance back and forth every time, and I get it, like life is like that. It's constantly finding a balance. That's what life is. I'm not trying to avoid that. What I'm trying to do is avoid the same problems from coming up over and over again. So this channel is kind of like my experiment. It's kind of like an experiment, and it's like a cathartic thing for me to do, to just give stream of consciousness kind of without being like completely removed from social constructs, from professional constructs, from, even like my own insecurities and my own like that, and so it's been a good thing in that way, and in no way am I saying I'm like this all the time. This is like if somebody were to watch this channel from start to finish, they would get such a, what is a good word for it? Such a intimate is not the word. It's a kind of like without any censorship. I just want to do something where I don't censor myself at all, and just see what happens, and see what I like, see what I don't like. That's the whole point of it, is just to, because I've been through that, and so many people have, but I think I might have kind of been exposed to more fucking people in my life than some, and so I don't know. It just feels like it just felt like I needed to, and it still kind of feels like I need to just be unabashedly kind of vulnerable, like 100% vulnerable, and not too many people are that way in their normal lives. I don't think not too many people are actually fully vulnerable to whatever happens, and that's honestly, I think, where just happiness comes from. Like, think about in a relationship, the more vulnerable to that person, and the more trusting, and the more you know them, and the more ultimately all those things lead to being vulnerable with that person, and they don't shut you down, then that's such a validation for yourself, you know what I mean? And I'm not doing this, I'm not like looking to get validated or anything. Like, I'm doing this literally 50% for the negative stuff as well. Like, I want to see, like, it helps me learn about myself, helps me grow, and that's, you know what I mean? I make a video, and then a day or two later, I'm like, oh, I really, like, I don't feel that way, or why did I say that? That's just, like, where did that come from? Why do I think that way? Or, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm not just doing this saying that I'm the best ever, and I think whatever. I'm saying what I think, and critically thinking about that later, like, oh, do I really think that? No, or maybe am I wrong about that, and I should think something different, but then why did I think that in the first place? And then trying to, like, look back and see, like, oh, I thought this because of this, and well, that's totally wrong, so yeah, I need to change what I think, you know what I mean? Like, that, it's such a good thing for people to go through that process, and not many people do, because the thing about economic fucking slavery, I'm so lucky that I'm able to not work full time and, you know, try to get my life back, or not back, but just evolving my life kind of to a better state. So I'm lucky that I have the luxury of being able to have that introspection, to look and do that, and that takes more time than people would think, because most people are kind of in survival mode, like they don't want to deal with anything bad. Like, looking at yourself and introspection is such a luxurious thing, you know, like that's very luxurious, and a lot of people don't have that luxury, and I need to stress that I'm fully aware of that, and not that I say that and think, oh, I'm extremely good at introspection. No. I'm just like, it's just what it is. It's just fucking what it is. There's no better or worse or less or fucking, god damn it. The US, man, I swear to God, everything anybody says around the US, everybody's like ego is just on defense about that. And this might be one of the things that I should take back, because it's just not true. It's just not true. But it's like, like everybody's fucking like, oh, if you say that and that's what you mean, then what I think might be wrong, and so you're wrong without, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, people need to just be more vulnerable, honestly. That it's like, it's such a hard thing to do, honestly, though. But like, especially in the face, in like being uncomfortable, to force yourself to be vulnerable while being uncomfortable at the same time is extremely hard. But I think being vulnerable and showing your vulnerabilities shows, and I'm not just jacking myself off here, it's like, it shows some level of strength and kind of, yeah, just like strength and confidence, which I think is a good thing. Like there's been a lot of things that and I think back on my channel, and it's like, wow, I really hope, you know, this doesn't follow me around anywhere, but it was so good to do, and it's so good to do still, that I don't care at the same time. You know, it's like, I feel like, not that like literally my channel is so fucking tiny, and it's not about the response, it's not about the people watching, even though I do appreciate the few people who do watch it. I don't mean to demean anybody who's watching it, or I don't want to discredit anything, but regardless, it's not about that. It's about just me being vulnerable and putting myself out there, and I think that's such a cathartic thing for people to do, and it's such a like, I am not religious in any way, and I know that a lot of people are against, and they think that human beings are just brains within a body, and that's fine, and I agree with that. But within that brain and that body are more things than we are able to comprehend. Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing. That's my only thing to spirituality, is just like if we were able to comprehend everything and understand everything within ourselves. I'm not talking about science. I'm not talking about like, do we understand gravity or light or whatever. I'm talking about, why do I feel this way? Why am I thinking this way? Why do I do this? Not referring it to it being bad, but just why. Literally just why. Why am I here? Why am I there? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? And I'm not saying spirituality or anything. Spirituality is such a fucking bad word for it, but it's just like the unknown, kind of. That's kind of that's very much what I kind of really, what drives me is the unknown. Once something is known, it loses value, and because it just gets added to all the other things that you know. But if you don't know, then you're searching for it, and then, that's, I don't know what I mean. I'm just fucking rambling. But anyways, the point, and I've said it a few times, is just for me to be vulnerable on this channel, and kind of like an experiment with myself. Like, who am I? I'll just put myself out there for a while, and see, and just take a look at it, kind of. And so it's been good. And I'm talking like this is ended, like the channel's ending. I don't know why I'm doing that, but it's just kind of a check-in, like an update on my thoughts on this channel. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.